What is going on, guys? Dizzy Dan here. Welcome back into the channel and welcome to episode 25 of Disney Fiasco. Thank you so much for stopping by once again for Disney Fiasco. Thank you again. It's been an awesome week. So much better than last week. Let me just say, guys, last week's show was incredible. Last week's show was so much fun. We did such a great job. It's nearly hit like 350 views on the channel for that video last week. So thank you so much who joined last week with Ghost Meg. But today I am joined by two wonderful gentlemen. We've just finished off Pub Talk on ROBFUZ's channel, and that's who I'm going to introduce first. ROBFUZ, my good friend. How are you doing?
What's up, everyone? I finally made it. I've been wanted to be on this show. I don't know. You've asked me a few times. I was jealous of all the people on here, all the guests and everything. I am so happy and proud to be on your show, Dan. You do an amazing job. I love the show. As you know, I tell the story all the time. I've burned food watching the show. I love this show. Thank you. It's an honor. Thank you so much for having me today.
Yeah, absolutely welcome. I've been waiting so long, but now you're finally here. So
thank you so much.
And also my fellow Englishman, but unfortunately he's a northerner. So
He's starting again. He's starting already. Oh,
he had to get in there because I took stabs at him while we were doing Pub Talk about his southernness and not drinking. So.
It's good to have you back, Adam. Thank you so much again for coming back onto the channel, and it's good to see you after coming back from LA.
Mate, it's good to be back. Thank you for inviting me back on. Cheers, and thank you for being back on. I had a great time last time out. And looking forward to tonight's stream as well. So, and it's good to see you guys too. So, yeah,
awesome. We've got some amazing people in the chat. We've got Nick from Magical News Live. He's going to be down at Disney really soon. I think like 3 or 4 days. It's going to be awesome. Please check out Magical News Live. Steve as well, Stacey Rogers, Jennifer, Lisa Post, Timothy Rainwaters, Lasercat. Who else have I missed? Kay Atwood, Samantha. Samantha is already in Disney with Dana. So it's good to see them as well. Wait a second, Dan. How come we can see the guys, but Meg was invisible last week?
I don't know.
Is it a girl
Something's
thing?
up.
Let me explain last week. Firstly, if you would just join us, thank you again. We did such great views for last week's show, but I have no idea what happened last week. It was definitely a Halloween thing, a ghost thing. I don't know what it was. Meg said she was into her Halloween, so maybe it was her thing. I don't know. Maybe she... Who knows?
Did she dress up and everything, and you didn't even see her? I hope not. She's just awesome. I love Meg. Happy birthday, Meg. Tomorrow's Meg's birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Meg. And she's down in Magic Kingdom right now. And once we finish this stream, I want you to go check out Resort TV 1, Josh and Jenna. They are live doing a 4 parks 1 day challenge today. So after you finish Disney Fiasco today, show them some love. And but we're gonna get started. Mouse Talk is here. What is up? How's it going? So before we get started, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel.
Smash it. 8 likes now.
8 likes, sweet. And there's 17 people here. Awesome.
Yeah, so we can double those likes. Come on,
we can double those. So the premise today, the thing today was we want to think about Disney movies that we would like to see as rides. Now, we're obviously getting so many rides that are coming soon to Epcot, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios is going through a massive change. But we wanted to think about what kind of movies that we all love we want to see actually in Disney. It doesn't have to be in Disney World. It could be Disneyland Paris. It can be Disneyland, anything. But we're just thinking our favorite Disney movies that need a little bit of love and we want to see in the parks. So in the chat, please list off some of your favorite Disney movies that you would like to see as rides. I've asked the guys to think of a Disney movie and maybe think of how this movie would be presented, and I know, Adam, you kind of doing it on the fly.
yeah just based on what you just said a second ago, I might have to change one of my honorable mentions because it already exists in Paris, but
Adam's professional. He can handle it.
Stacey Rogers says, I like it when Adam is on Disney Fiasco with you, Dan. 2 British accents are better than one.
To talk with a British accent. I don't think I've ever tried it before.
And
that's terrible.
That's
terrible.
Southern British accents.
I love their accents, by the way. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, my accent's more authentic. So
good point, Stacey.
Yours is a little bit more Hugh Grant. Mine's Mine's proper.
Proper?
Yeah.
Really?
I need more of the
Proper.
James Bond.
Mine's proper.
We're getting sidetracked. But we're gonna start off rounds. Hey, D&G Explorers, how's it going? We're gonna get started with. If you've never been to Disney Fiasco before, we talk about our top favorite round, and we go round the table, going from backwards and forwards with each other, and we have some honorable mentions as well. Now, with this topic, it can be Disney, it can be Pixar, and because Disney owns Marvel and Star Wars, if you would like to include Star Wars and Marvel, that is perfectly okay as well. So you can do that as well. Hey, Main Street and Mickey, how are you?
Wait, can I just confirm something? Are we going classic Disney as well? Because I thought there was only Pixar and Star Wars. And,
yep, it could be Disney,
no
Pixar,
rules.
Except food. Actually, yes, food.
Except food.
classic.
It's
Right.
so great you could have food.
It could be Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, Muppets, anything under the Disney umbrella you can choose.
Done.
Okay.
Right, okay. I'll change my honorable. Cool.
Hey, Disney World Adventures, welcome. Okay, so here we go. Rob, we are going to come to you first. What is your first pick?
I'm not necessarily, I'm actually going to change the order a little bit. This was, first off, I love your topics, Dan. You came up with the topic. I was like, yes, another amazing topic. It was really good. So this one, definitely was great. And I was definitely excited to talk about this one. But so how did I approach this? I Googled Disney movies and I went down the list and I saw the different movies and everything. And the bizarre part is a lot of the movies I saw and think, and then it's like kind of in development. Oh, it's kind of in development. Oh, it's kind of in development. Oh, they can't do that. They can't do this. But I guess I'm not putting those rules together. The first three movies, first one I came up with was Moana, I think. So I knew that was always in the talks. There's always a Moana roller coaster or anything like that. But I would love to see, not necessarily a roller coaster, but just like a kind of a Moana ride, kind of like Little Mermaid, that kind of ride. So I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know. I like Moana. It's not one of my favorite movies, but like out of the list and everything, a lot of it was taken. A lot of it was, I wasn't interested, but I think a cool Moana ride, like a dark ride, would be awesome. So that's my first pick.
It's really weird because although Moana only came out, 2-3 years ago, it's become somewhat now underrated, though little girls absolutely love it. I feel like in terms of actual big Disney fans, like, youth up until, the big hardcore fans, they don't see it as they think it's a great movie, but it's not something that is represented a lot in the parks. And I do think that Moana has that availability to be in the parks, absolutely. So and maybe in that dark ride, Little Mermaid-esque, we can go to the Crab Takatoa's kind of shiny area. You can have the final scene where she puts the heart of Te-Fiti into the lava. I can't remember the lava woman's name. But I think Moana would have a really great appeal for it as well.
Animatronic, I want it.
Just gets Dwayne Johnson
there. I did read somewhere it was earlier this year, like a few months ago, that they were toying with the idea of bringing a Moana ride to the Magic Kingdom. So, so I don't know how true that is. That could just be a rumor, but I know it was written down somewhere. So
yeah, I seen it too. Like it was a roller coaster, like a mountain roller coaster or something. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't be honest with you. I don't think it'd ever happen. But looking at the choices, I think that was what I wanted to go with. So, but the Maui animatronic and the projection of his tattoos,
and his tattoos moving. Oh,
it'd just be great.
Yes, that would be.
A couple of those songs, the water, the whole thing. It definitely would be a ripoff of kind of the Little Mermaid kind of ride, but just they could do an overlay with that. But I think that's what I was looking for. And definitely trackless. All my rides are trackless too.
Nice.
Love it.
I hope that's not a roller coaster then, because that'd be scary. So
oh my goodness, could you imagine? Awesome pick. Love it, Rob. Adam.
Okay, I'm going with a Pixar film as well. Moana
is not Pixar.
Sorry, my bad. Okay, I'm going with a Pixar movie, not as well. I'm going with a Pixar movie. So yes, I'm going to go with Cars. I would love to see a ride that is.
There is a Cars ride.
Which ride? Oh God, not that little tiny spinny round thing. No, I'm talking.
All right. But that was another thing too. I came up with a lot of things, but they already existed, you know.
Yeah.
So.
No. Okay. Yeah. I'm talking more something.
Here.
I would like to see something that's a bit more along the lines of Test Track, but maybe slightly different, using the characters of Cars and.
You really didn't go to California Adventure, did you?
So let me break this down for you.
No, I've not been to California Adventure, no.
Okay. So I love that idea, Adam.
And to be fair, when I did my list, I was doing Walt Disney World specifically. So
okay. So let's take that. So we have Cars, you know, one of the biggest sellers of Disney, absolutely, because every little kid loves Cars. If they're not into princesses or Barbies and stuff, they're into cars. That's what they are. You know, mom, dad, I want a car. So they go and buy cars. So it is a massive draw for a lot of people. Now, Disneyland have done a really great job in California Adventure, bringing that world of cars to life. You have the Radiator Spring Races, which is technically that kind of Test Track-esque ride. It is very quick. It is just something that everybody does in California Adventure. So my question is, Adam, because you've thought of this idea, would you want to see something similar in, let's say, Hollywood Studios or in somewhere else in Disney World?
My initial thought was Epcot, but then I changed my mind. My initial thought was Epcot because I was thinking of Test Track originally. But then I changed my mind because that's not what Epcot was. You know, Epcot was all about Walt's sort of vision of the future. So I wouldn't want to sort of disrupt that. So yes, maybe Hollywood Studios would probably be the prime place to put it. But yes, sorry, I apologize because I was not aware that this was at Disneyland.
That's awesome. I love that you don't know that. I love that you came up with that too. But not to be mean, Adam, but they do have a Test Track Cars ride in Disneyland. It's awesome. It's a really cool idea. So.
It's
really awesome.
I genuinely didn't know that existed. So
but you don't want a spoiler, so maybe we should tell you.
I'm gonna go and.
That's cool. No, it's all right.
It's fine. No, I love it, Adam, and I think Cars is. I think there needs to be that little bit more presence.
Oh,
I lost him.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. We're back. Are we back?
I lost them, unfortunately.
We can't hear Dan. We can't hear Dan.
It's only his streams. So.
Oh, no. Oh. Dan's realized now. Dan's realized that we can't hear him.
I could hear you and me on the stream, but Dan, did you mute the stream? Hold on a sec, guys.
I hope everyone else can hear us. Yeah, Stacy can't hear Dan either. So okay. So the guys in the stream can hear me and Rob, but they can't hear Dan. So Dan has gone.
It's weird because I had the same issue right before the stream. Yeah. It switched over in my settings. I went and switched it over back to here.
But that was weird, Rob, because we could hear you fine.
Yeah, and it was the same exact issue he's having now. So, and I figured it out at the last minute. So
it's technology, folks. This
cool.
Anything can happen in a live stream. So
but if you guys missed the stream with me, Dan, and Adam, I'll plug right now while we're waiting for to get back. Go check out my channel, ROBFUZ. We did an amazing our scariest movies we did.
Hello.
So. There he is. Okay, great. I just did a plug while you were gone. So go ahead.
Okay, so sorry, finish your plug. Sorry about that, guys.
No, plug is finished. It was us. So good.
Stacey Rogers says it's Meg's revenge. Yeah, absolutely.
Meg, where is Meg? Where is she? She's not in the parks today.
She was like, for my birthday.
Love it. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry,
I figured out what it was.
Halloween is finished, but if you want some more Halloween stuff, please go check out ROBFUZ's channel because we just did our Halloween pub talk, which was really fun. Hey D Hazel, what is up? How's it going? Two great picks, guys. Absolutely love it. Cars and sorry, I was just fixing everything. Rob. Oh, the Moana, of course.
Yeah, Moana. Sorry.
Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain loss.
It's your pick now, Dan. Go for
my
it,
pick.
Buddy.
So when I was thinking of my pick, I was thinking about the evolution of Disney rides and animatronics and the experience. Now, there's one movie that came out quite recently in the last decade that I feel is very, very popular, especially among Disney fans. And I think it just needs a little bit of love in terms of actually having an attraction. Unfortunately, this ride has been represented as a restroom in Magic Kingdom, and that is Tangled. I love the Tangled movie. I think
nothing's worse than representing a movie for a restroom. That's just terrible. I know.
It's look. Let me be honest. Those restrooms are probably the best restrooms at Disney, just because of the theming. Hey, Lauren Busk, what is going on? How are you? But yeah, I feel like Tangled deserves so much more than restrooms at Magic Kingdom. I think it just needs that little bit of, could you imagine this, right? You have a ride where it's kind of using the same animatronics as Frozen, and you have, Rapunzel and Flynn, and you're going into the Snuggly Duckling pub, and you're singing "I've Got a Dream" with all these Vikings. And then you see the lanterns, and I could just see it perfectly as a dark ride, which I think should be there. Absolutely. So
what's the chameleon's name? The chameleon would have a big part in it.
Pascal.
Pascal, yes. He's represented too in the park, but
yeah, and you can actually do that. I think there's like 7 Pascals in that little area, and you've got to find him. But let's be honest, like Tangled is a great movie, and actually a lot of people out of this kind of this decade, Tangled is up there as one of the best. And so a lot of people, it seems, agree. Main Street and Mickey says yes. Jill says, Belle Southern says it's a beautiful restroom. I completely agree. Well, I mean, the guys it's a very nice restroom. I don't know what the ladies are like, but yeah, it's a great theming, and I think it deserves more. So what do you guys think? I know, Rob, you've seen Tangled recently.
Yeah, I said it in my stream the other day. I just finally saw that movie, and I thought it was great. Yeah, you know what? Definitely, it's a good pick. Definitely, I think it would be a great ride. So,
and
awesome.
And Adam, I know, does Ebony love?
Sure, she does.
Tangled.
Yes, she does love Tangled. Yeah, and I agree, it's a great pick. I wouldn't want it to be like the Frozen ride, though. You were saying about the animatronics and Frozen and stuff like that. Only because I don't know, I was a little underwhelmed with the Frozen ride. Okay. I preferred the Maelstrom ride personally. That used to be
sore subject.
And I didn't think Frozen was worth the queue. Yeah. But that's just my choice.
Yeah,
my opinion. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, certainly a ride similar, maybe not a boat ride, and I get it with classic Disney dark ride with good animatronics. Yeah, I'd certainly be up for that. But maybe it's just my dislike for Frozen.
No, that's everyone has their own loves and dislikes of Disney rides. Look, I hate Mission Space, and I know there are people who love Mission Space. Yeah, so everyone likes different things. So I think a Tangled ride needs to happen because it is that popular. So
Dan, what were you thinking? Like a boat ride or like a
trackless?
Trackless, yes.
Trackless. Everyone goes trackless.
But maybe something along the lines of Winnie the Pooh, or maybe even something like TTA, where it's a little bit quicker, or using those kinds of speeds, having like people sit in the front and sitting facing away as well. I don't know, just something maybe a little different. So maybe we'll see. Hey Alana, how's it going? Welcome. All right, so we are going into round 2. Make sure, guys, we are smashing that like button, subscribing to the channel, checking out these guys here on their channels as well. Megan, unfortunately, will not be here today because she is in Disney World right now,
and it's almost her birthday.
Yeah, and it's her birthday tomorrow.
In 5 hours, it's her birthday.
In 5 hours. Make sure you go and say to Meg happy birthday. And Corey, unfortunately, can't make it down, but Corey will be back soon. I'm going to plan this big thing where it's like a welcome back. Like if you guys watch like professional wrestling and you hear a big return is coming, I'm going to make like a video package, lighting, music, Titantron, Corey Fiasco coming back. No. So, but we've got 2 great, awesome guys here. And Morty Mouse has joined us. Hey, Morty, how's it going, man?
I've not seen Morty for ages.
So, Rob, we are going into round 2, and we are back to you, my friend.
Sorry, I had to cough too. I have a cough button. So, thinking about this stuff and thinking about the different concepts and everything, I just kind of, as we're sitting here, I kind of like First one would be a trackless ride. Second one for the movie, I love the movie Up. I think it would be a great ride. So
I know I should I
switched my route as we went.
God damn
But,
it.
Up, think about it. Up as a shooter ride. Like you drive around and you have to shoot balloons just like that. And you see the different animatronics and everything. I guess it would be trackless shooter ride. Everything's gonna be trackless. So, but I think that'd be just a cool ride. Like I love Up. I think it would start out the montage. You would just see that whole in 30 seconds. You would see that whole 5-minute or 10-minute montage in the beginning of the movie, and then it would just kind of go into the land, and you would see the waterfall at the end.
Wait. So you want to see the montage?
I don't know. I'm making this stuff up, Adam. What'd you say, Adam? I'm sorry.
You want to see the montage of the old couple, which brings a tear to everybody's eyes.
Yes.
You see the guy escape with his house, and you think, yes, good on you. And then you want to shoot him down. That's your premise for the ride, is bring it back down to earth.
Why is it Up? Out of all movies, you want to make everyone cry.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. I'm thinking about it too. Like you would be riding the blimp, kind of like over the ride, like Peter Pan. You would be in one of those blimps or something. I don't know. Or you would be in the balloons. Sorry.
That's not what I was going to say. I was going to say an up flying ride like Peter Pan.
I'm sorry. We didn't discuss this beforehand, so we're stepping on Adam. Sorry, buddy.
That's all right. I could see it more as soaring as well. Like you could see it as soon as you take off in the city, and then you go through like a storm, that storm he goes through, and then he goes through the jungle, and then he interacts with the blimp, and then you see Kevin and Doug and Russell, and then you end up at Paradise Falls. And I think it's such a great idea. I'm not sure about shooting balloons and then shooting
that one was
because the whole premise of trying not to capture Kevin was but it's a great movie. I really do enjoy Up as a really one of the best Pixar films out there when it was at its height. So Adam, do you want to, I'm assuming it's on your list, did you want to add anything else to either Rob's or my pick, or have you got your own kind of adaptation of it?
It's right order. Let's
yeah, do you know what? I'm going to go. Do you know what? This is
sorry, Adam. I didn't mean to do that to you.
It's fine. It's fine. I was saving Up as my main one, and I thought, you know what? Instead, I'll put in my number 2 now, like that my other one. But it's so none of you guys say it. But my number 2 was already a cop out one that's probably already been said before, so it's just pointless. Okay, I'll stick with Up because we've not discussed this yet, right? Nobody said Up, have they?
No, don't think so.
Yeah, no. Okay, so my next choice is Up. Basically, what Rob was just saying about a ride where not one where you shoot the balloons. That was Rob's idea.
I just want to be different.
Mine as a tracked idea would be like a combination of kind of soaring, but with sort of dark ride technology as well. A bit like that moment in Peter Pan where you fly over London. I think that's one of my favorite moments of. Well, certainly of the Peter Pan ride. That's my favorite moment. So yeah, I always imagined having a ride from the perspective of what it must have been like when they took off in the house and seeing, everything get smaller as they went up, and then just the different landscapes that they got to fly over. Which, all right, you can get to see in a helicopter or a plane anytime, but this is Disney. This is Up. This is the magic of a balloon ride. So yeah, it was a Disney dark ride classic, but with maybe an element of soaring in it as well. So a good mixture of screen and dark ride. So that was my kind of concept for the Up ride. So yeah,
love it. We have a couple people in the chat. Lasercat says she's been putting in some great picks in the chat. She said The Rescuers, but it could never happen as it's extremely underrated movie. The same could be said for Meet the Robinsons Bolt. They make great rides too. Yeah, I think The Rescuers is one of the most underrated films, I think, in the Disney catalog. Absolutely.
Which one? I'm sorry.
The Rescuers.
Oh yeah.
And the Rescuers Down Under, Bolt, and Meet the Robinsons. Again, really great rides, great movies. Mouse Talk says, FYI, I saw today in the Scrim, I'm assuming stream, on the carousel in Magic Kingdom, the screen is finally down, which is awesome. Welcome, Maiwa, Honda, welcome. Bedknobs and Broomsticks. Lots of great people in the chat. Juan is here and Megan is here. Happy birthday for tomorrow.
Hey,
Megan.
happy birthday, Meg.
Meg.
She says, have fun tonight, everyone. Thanks to Rob and Adam for filling in. I hope you're having a really fun time at Disney. Say hi to Josh and Jenna and Arjons from us. And I hope you're having a great time. So I think we are back to me, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you're number 2.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Round 2.
Round 2. Now, I think this pick might be on your list, Rob, maybe on Adam's, but I'm heading over to Monstropolis.
Ah, damn it.
You know, I thought of that too, but there's already 2 rides. There's 2 different versions of the ride. So
my ride, I think...
there's no rules. You can... I want to hear your version.
There's no rules. My rules, this is how I would picture it. So you have what was Pixar Place. I would get rid of whole of Pixar Place, which they are doing, and turn it into Monstropolis. And I would have, no joke, a Monsters Inc. thrilling roller coaster, like an actual thrill ride roller coaster. I know
exactly. You're going with the door thing, aren't you?
I'm going with the door thing
because this is exactly what we discussed when we did our last Disney Fiasco that I was on, and this was my other pick, which I was gonna. Once Rob said up, I was gonna go in with this one, so nobody else could say it, and I should have.
Really messed Adam up. Really. Good night, Adam. See you later, buddy.
I'm gonna go in.
Cheers, buddy.
I'm going to let Ebony come for me. So.
We can work on this together. Look, if Monsters Inc., I think, is one of those attractions one of those movies that I think people, every time they watch the original, they love that door sequence. Like, how awesome would it be to be doing a roller coaster riding a door?
That'd be awesome.
And then jumping into different parts of the world through doors, like doorways. I mean, how cool would that be? Like just jumping in, it's different areas, jumping through doors on a roller coaster. I mean, look, Adam and I have discussed this before on Disney Fiasco, and I'm going to go to Adam first because it's on his list. I just want you to add stuff to it. Hey, Ebony.
Ebony's back saying maybe I should fill in for you. So
yeah.
No, yeah. No, I mean it's everything that Dan's just said, and I know we have discussed this before, so this is why it was on my list. And I know they touted it as a possible actual replacement to replace Rock and Roller Coaster. Now, what I would say to Disney if I had the chance is, don't touch Rock and Roller Coaster. I love it. Do not touch it. Do not replace it. But bring this ride in anyway. Find room, find space, create it. But yes, Monsters Inc. door roller coaster. That whole scene is easily for me the best scene in the film. Now I know we have the Monsters Inc. laugh floor in Tomorrowland, but before they turn to laughs, obviously it was all about collecting the screams. So make an absolutely thrilling, great roller coaster that makes everyone scream at the top of their lungs. And yeah, it's the whole, like you say, it's that track door scene where I would love it to kind of, you go through a door and the scenery around you, a bit like what they did with Rock and Roller Coaster. It's dark and you're kind of going, you see Hollywood signs and stuff like that. I would like it to be a bit lighter than that, but you go through certain areas on the roller coaster that give you the different areas that they go through in the door. So and they could even use technology to give you a climate control as well. So you could have a bit where as you go through the aircon's blowing on you that much, it feels like you're out in the Himalayas when they get locked out into the snow and stuff. So just different areas that they see with different bedrooms and different climates and different countries and stuff like that. It would be thrilling and also I guess eye-opening and colourful and stimulate the brain a bit. So yeah, that would be my thing, and it's obviously piggybacking off what Dan said, but off what we've also discussed in the past.
Of course I want monsters. I want the same thing as you guys, but there is that laugh factory. There is in California Adventure. There's a more cheesier version, and I think I just showed on my stream last night. Scott Euclid had a version in Tokyo Disneyland that is a shooting game. So they do have like 3 different versions of it, but that'd be awesome. I'd love that. All great ideas, guys.
And yeah, no, I think it'll fit quite well. So, but maybe not. Before we get started to round 3, make sure that we're hitting that like button as Rob has put in the chat, and share out the stream, guys. Share it out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything. And I want to hear everybody's conversations in the chat. What films you would like to see in Disney World, Disneyland, wherever. Rob, round 3. Are we still with Pixar, or are we heading to Disney Pixar? Where are we heading?
I'm telling you, like I definitely thought of Monsters. I definitely thought of I'm gonna kind of do some of my honorable mentions too. I thought of Wreck-It Ralph, and I just know they might be doing something about it, and I looked at different stuff. I thought of Rescuers. That's another great idea. And you know what? It all came back to not Pixar. It all came back to more modern films for me, because this isn't a Pixar movie. But as you may or may not know, I love the movie Zootopia. And I just think a Zootopia whatever would be amazing. So I don't know. You were saying a people mover. Maybe I never understood why they never went with the people mover and made it more of a mainstream thing or more of a ride thing. And people love that ride. It's their favorite ride and everything. But like, I love that opening sequence where she goes through, she's going to Zootopia. She sees the different lands, and it's just smooth. And that's even on a monorail, like maybe on a monorail or a people mover kind of ride. But I would love to see Zootopia.
I think you're onto something, because I've been saying for quite a while, if you go back on a lot of the Disney fiascos, I talk about Rafiki's Planet Watch, being replaced. It is now shut. And I've always advertised that they would replace that with Wakanda. But instead of Wakanda, maybe if they don't want to bring Marvel there, I think having that train ride into Zootopia, replacing Rafiki's Planet Watch, could be a great Disney option as well. I really do believe that. And, you're still getting all that trade. You're still heading out, but you're heading into this world of Zootopia. You can't get there anywhere else. And I think having that idea and being able to be part of a city, kind of like what Galaxy's Edge is going to be, but all animal themed, I think it's a great idea. Really, really do. And think of the food items. You can get the ice pop things that Nick Wilde makes. You can get the ice cream scoop with the elephant. I mean, come on, like, I can think of so many great food items with that.
Instead, the ice pops and the elephants are making the jumbo pops.
A jumbo pop. That's what they call it. I think it would be great. And then you could have like dinner at that little Mr. Big, the Godfather character. You could have you can sit in his like little dining room, and you have the polar bears serving you food. Why am I not imagining? No, okay.
I know. They should hire you. Yeah, hire 3 of us.
They're probably listening right now, and they're like, "Oh, I'm getting down that idea, getting down that idea." I think Zootopia is a great pick, and in my opinion, out of that decade that we're talking about, it is my favorite movie out of this decade.
I think so.
So, Adam, what do you think?
I think Zootopia is a great pick, and everything you've just said. It's funny because without spoiling anything too much, I sort of, when in my Disney World attraction bracket video, I talk about Rafiki's Planet Watch, and while it's a great attraction, very, very, very educational and stuff, I think it's an area of the park that could maybe do with sort of regenerating. It's because it's a very long attraction to experience, and it takes away a lot of your day. If you go to Rafiki's Planet Watch, I think it takes away a lot of your day. So yeah, I think a whole Zootopia thing would be fantastic. A whole Zootopia land where you're going on the train, and there's so much of that film that you would love to explore and love to see, and they could still incorporate it with some of the stuff you've got in Rafiki's Planet Watch anyway, in terms of you could utilize the Pixar element to make it sort of more child friendly, but also have some of those real animals there as well. So see a real sloth, see some of the other animals you see in Zootopia. You can see 1 or 2 real ones. I know you'll see a lot of them Kilimanjaro safaris as well. But I don't know. I think that's a great idea, is to have a segment of the park that is very Zootopia themed. So.
And I've got the song in my head now.
Me too. Try everything.
Try everything. Adam, pick number 3.
He's drinking over there.
Pick number 3 is
straight from pub talk. Straight from pub.
I already. So choose one of your honourable mentions. Tell me why.
So what I've done is I've come up with a third honorable mention, so on the fly. So
wait, what was your number 1, Adam?
Well, I had Cars. My number 1 was Up, which you stole, and my number 2 was Monsters Inc. So
I stole.
Yeah. So it's not going well tonight, is it, guys? so I on the fly I came up with a third honorable mention. So my number 3 honorable mention would be a Bug's Life ride. Obviously, you've got the attraction at Animal Kingdom where you go into the tree and you watch the 3D, 4D movie, which is great. But one thing I always loved, and it's obviously from a completely different film, I loved Honey, I Shrunk the Kids when they had that whole sort of back garden area at Hollywood Studios when you used to come off the backlot tour. And I would love a ride that kind of incorporates that. You know, bugs are very, very small, and I'd love to kind of have a ride that incorporates that sort of that shrunken down element, like from the perspective of the ants that are in the film or the other bugs. And I think it would just be a great, entertaining dark ride. Might be scary to some people, I guess. You know, the idea of turning a corner and there's, I don't know, a whopping great cockroach there or a spider or something. But I think it'd just be fun if you made it along the theming of the film. I don't know. It would throw back a bit of that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids thing with Bug's Life.
I think that's a great idea, and it's a shame.
On the fly honorable mention that I just came up with.
No, I think it's great because, firstly, A Bug's Life is probably one of the most underrated Pixar movies out there. It's for sure one of the best, and they just closed a Bug's Land in Disneyland in California Adventure, and like how I see it right now, I could just see it right. So you're in Disney's Hollywood Studios, you're getting shrunk down to a toy. Well, if you're already getting shrunk, why don't you get shrunk down again and go into this land of bugs and have that behind Toy Story Land in a way? So I think it kind of continues the narrative of you as somebody who is a character in this whole world kind of way, that right, you're interacting with toys and then you can now go interact with bugs because you're in that kind of height limit now, theoretically. And I think it would be quite an interesting idea and have that Bug's Land that was in California Adventure and just Toy Story Landify it and just make it a little bit more, wow, this is amazing. We're actually feeling like we're a bug, and have those, you know, interact with those characters. And I think it'd be quite an interesting idea. Or you can have it at Animal Kingdom and maybe replace it. It's tough to be a bug with something else. So, I think it's a great idea. I think A Bug's Life is a great idea.
Thank you.
Third pick for me. Now, I'm going to be a little bit controversial. I'm going to choose something that was acquired a couple of years ago. Now, for me, as a kid, I've always wanted to do this. Hey, Dole Whip Dad, what is going on? Thank you so much for stopping by. What a fun topic. Yeah, it's going really awesome. Thank you for dropping in. Now that Disney has bought my favorite franchise of all time, Star Wars, there's one thing as a kid I've always wanted in Disney, in any theme park. My favorite movie as a child, not necessarily my favorite film now, was Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Hey, Aaron Bala, what is going on? Return of the Jedi as a kid was my favorite. It's not now, but it was my favorite. And one of my favorite scenes was the Endor speeder bike race.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
How awesome would it be that you get on a speeder bike and it's just you racing through the trees of Endor and being able to kind of laser shoot like stormtroopers? And it's a very quick ride because that's what the speeder bikes are. It's a very quick outdoor kind of going through a forest Endor roller coaster that's kind of flat. I can't really explain it. There's no hills, there's no jumps or anything. It's just a very quick ride. And the speeder would like tip from side to side. And it's kind of like, Imagine that you're getting on the ride of Pandora, the Flight of Passage, but instead of you being in front of a screen, have like a track in front of you and actually, you know, speeding through Endor. I think it would be such a great attraction. You don't have to be a Star Wars fan to like this. Look, a lot of people don't like the film Avatar, but they love Flight of Passage. And I think this could be the same kind of thing. I've dreamt of having this ride because it's such a, for me, an interesting idea.
I think it's a great idea. I'm in.
You're in? Done. Let's do it.
Yeah, I agree with you. Return of the Jedi. You know, I never, as a kid, I would, you know, I'm older than you, but as a kid, Star Wars was just, I just never saw it in the theater. I saw a bootleg on Betamax, believe it or not, and then I eventually saw it in the theater. But then Empire, I loved it. But by the time I was, you know, more and older, Return of the Jedi meant a lot to me. So, and I'd be honest with you, I always, you know, in back of my mind, I always thought that would be an amazing ride. So that's a really good choice. So.
Well, I grew up with the prequels, and
the prequels, yes,
and I remember watching on VHS over and over and over again the originals because I loved them so much, and I never really watched. Like, I've got all the Star Wars Blu-rays except for the prequels, and
okay. So yeah,
I'm don't get Ben Lawrence in here.
Too funny.
Awesome. Right, so I think we have time for some honorable mentions. Just we have some to maybe go on. We've still got another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So let's just go into picks 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. Hey Corey, what is going on, my friend? How are you doing? VHS. How old are you, Dan? How old do you think
I love Corey's his comments.
Well, actually, I think Corey knows how old I am because I think I remember discussing it with him.
That's awesome.
That's such a great comment.
Good to see you, my friend. How are you?
I had Star Wars at every single format imaginable, so
and I was literally just saying to the guys earlier, I'm actually replaying the Lego Star Wars games because they're so good. And I said
they're so funny.
The Lego Phantom Menace and the Lego Attack of the Clones like episodes are better than the actual movies.
Yes,
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes, I played those with Ebony, and I agree. So yeah.
I know you much younger than
they're just funny. All those Lego games are so witty and funny. They're the Harry Potter ones, and I played them all with my kids, and my both kids really like them, so which is really cool. And the Star Wars one is phenomenal. So if you haven't played them, they are fun.
Definitely check those out.
Can I rattle down my?
Sure, just go into maybe number 4 or number 5. We still have plenty of time. So what would be the next one on your list?
You want to go down round table, or do you want me to just
let's do one more round table and then we'll wrap up.
But I'm not really going to talk about it much. But like I said, Wreck-It Ralph would probably be great, a replacement. I thought Avengers, Iron Man, but I think they're going to come out with those in some of the Asian parks. I think and in California Adventure. So I kind of passed on those. But there's two concepts I kind of, not specific movies. One was a little controversial I talked about the other night that you weren't thrilled about. But Snow White being updated, we talked about on Frankie Friday. and Dan really didn't like it. So, which is cool. I get it. I understand. But, maybe something where, and we're just using an example, but I agree with you. Never remake Snow White, but maybe take the whole encompassing Disney catalog and kind of make it modern. And then they kind of did it in their new Wreck-It Ralph with the princesses and stuff, and like that kind of vibe, like where you see it's all the rides and it's kind of modernized and they're digital. And I don't know what experience it would be. Maybe even a replacement for the 3D movie. I can't think of it right now in Magic Kingdom, but PhilharMagic. So I'm just thinking about it, but I think that would be just so cool, like an experience like that. So I know Dan's like, do not remake Snow White, never, don't touch it. Look, I think that'd be kind of cool.
I think there are definitely films in the Disney catalog that should be remade. I think a perfect example would be maybe something like Sword in the Stone, where the Sword in the Stone is not a very popular Disney movie. It's never been that movie that I think people really go to or really, like when you think, oh, I want to watch a Disney movie, I'm going to put in The Sword in the Stone. People don't really say that. And I think maybe something like that where it needs a little bit of, I think it definitely needs, I think something like that. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs for me is the line in the sand, because Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first animated movie. It broke every single record.
Yeah, but I'm not saying I'm saying like a kind of homage to it, you know, like even Frankie said the other day, maybe like a clip or something, or bring it all together, and you know, just because unfortunately, like we talked about some stuff. We did in my stream the other day. We did top 10 Disney movies. What's your mega tag, by the way? And I can't wait to see your picks, by the way, Dan. But some of those movies are just dated, and like I don't know, like just the style and the look and the classic animation. I'm like, I know I'm probably pissing off people, but I'd love to see something where it's a tribute to everything, pull it together, like kind of like, I guess it's kind of ripping off Filler Magic, but kind of something like that where you kind of have a tribute to everything. So it's a good point.
There are two comments in the chat where first Stacey Rogers says, don't remake Snow White, do a Once Upon a Time ride. Now I loved the show Once Upon a Time. I don't know if did you guys see Once Upon a Time?
I know of it, yeah. I haven't seen it though.
Adam, did you check out Once Upon a Time?
I haven't seen it. No, I've not seen it.
I think it's a great show if you love your Disney fairy tales, and I think just it switches. It turns it on its head. Like, you know, Peter Pan is the bad guy. You got lots of really great characters who you wouldn't really expect. And I could see a Once Upon a Time ride being there. Maybe it's past its time because it wasn't really as popular as you might think. But Once Upon a Time, I think, was a really great show, and I highly recommend checking out this show. And Ruth says, didn't they remake Sleeping Beauty with Maleficent? You're absolutely right. But I think Maleficent, it was more the perspective of Maleficent rather than Princess Aurora. So
I'm not talking live, I'm talking animated, digital animation. So, but yeah, they definitely were making it. It's money to be made. They're doing the live action stuff. So.
Corey goes, next thing you know, they'll bring in Johnny Depp and get another Willy Wonka. I can still smell that load of garbage. Oh, goodness me. Hey, Liam, what's going on? But I think, yeah, Rob, your picks are absolutely awesome. And I think Wreck-It Ralph, as you see in the thumbnail, is also a great attraction. And I think it is pretty much almost confirmed, replacing Stitch's Great Escape. And I think having that really take over Tomorrowland will be a great thing, because I do think Tomorrowland needs that kind of, it needs something new. It needs something a little bit more modern. Buzz Lightyear is getting a little bit worn. Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor, I think, is getting a little bit worn. Like, it's just, it needs some new, fresh material, I think, in Tomorrowland. So, and I think Wreck-It Ralph would be a great pick in there. So, yeah, great honorable mentions, Rob. Adam.
And I have one more concept.
Oh, go for it.
Use it now, or
go for it.
You want to wait for it? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I was thinking for one more thing. Sorry to interrupt, but I know it's funny because I know Adam, I know Dan, I know like our little posse of YouTubers and everything. We get so upset when they retire a ride. So why not make, you know, in back of my mind, again, it's not a movie per se, but why don't they make an attraction where you go in and you have a VR experience and you can relive Universe of Energy. You can relive the Great Movie Ride. You could relive, I don't know if they have this footage. I'm sure they've shot, photographed, archived. I'm sure they've done a lot of different stuff, but in a VR kind of thing, you want to go back on Great Movie Ride. You want to go on all that stuff. You know, I think that would be just so cool. You know, the day they
do that, the Great Movie Ride, I will be the first person on that, because I miss that as well as a lot of people so much.
Yes.
So yeah, no, I love that, and I think VR would be certainly an amazing pick as something that is becoming the norm. And you actually do see these roller coasters that have that VR experience.
Yeah,
but it's never quite worked properly, and I think it needs to be in the right context. It needs to be in the right environment. So yeah, I think you're onto something, Rob.
You would pick the attraction. You would sit in there, and then you would experience that attraction. Sorry, Adam, what were you saying?
I was just saying a slow ride might be that environment rather than a roller coaster where, you know,
I would love that. Awesome honorable mentions. Fantastic. Thank you, Rob. Adam.
Okay, so my two honorable mentions. It's one of them is one that I've discussed previously the last time I was on Disney Fiasco, and it kind of tails off similarly to what Dan was saying before, but of the Star Wars, and I didn't want to pick anything Star Wars or Marvel really, because to me they're not Disney. I know that the last two Star Wars films were made by Disney, but Certainly the first 6 films were Lucasfilm. They're not Disney in my eyes, and neither is Marvel. But the pod racer scene out of Star Wars Episode 1, I think it's, of any of the 3 prequel movies, I think the pod racer scene is the best scene. It's kind of thrilling, kind of gripping, kind of exciting. We all know Anakin's going to win, but it's still kind of thrilling anyway. And we touched on this with rides we'd like to see last time we discussed. And yeah, the pod racer one, I think that would be fun to do. Again, I think we kind of talked about it almost a bit like Test Track, where you can build your own pod racer going in, and then you see how you get on. Yeah, I just think that would be a lot of fun to see. My other one is actually, like Ebony was saying before, when we were in between Pub Talk and Disney Fiasco, she said, "What's your next topic about?" She knew obviously that it was scary movies for Pub Talk, so I said it's about Disney films that we would like to see as rides, and she said, "I would like to see a Beauty and the Beast ride." You know, there isn't anything Beauty and the Beast other than the Be Our Guest restaurant.
That's a great one.
So Disney, so Ebony's pick is my other honorable mention. So yeah, she wants to see a Beauty and the Beast ride where you get to explore the forest and you get to explore the castle, Beast's castle. And
I think they saturated it so much with other stuff that we didn't even think about it. But yeah, that's great. Ebony came up with that.
Yeah, so that's Ebony's pick. So that's going to be the other honorable mention that goes in there.
Love it. Yeah. I love it. Thank you.
Wait, I'm going to change my number one pick. My number one pick is Beauty and the Beast.
Well, then I'm going to have Up.
I'll tell you what, too. Lion King, too. Why not?
Yeah. Yes.
Why not? A Lion King ride. They did. It's the same exact idea as Beauty and the Beast. Same concept.
I would want a Lion King ride, but not in Animal Kingdom. Just because I love Festival of the Lion King, as everybody knows. Festival of the Lion King is my favorite show on Disney property, and I would never, ever let them... I would lliterally stand in front of the building and never let them take that show. You will not take in that show. But if they could maybe put Festival of the Lion King... put a Lion King ride in Magic Kingdom, I'm all for it. Like, go for it, because I love the Lion King, and as well as many other people. It is still probably considered by most people the best Disney animated film. Just technically, so who knows? Awesome. So,
wait, hold on a sec. What was that laugh for, Adam?
I was just imagining a Lion King. I would like to see it on Kilimanjaro safaris. So I'd like to see it actually reenacted live and see like a baboon hold up a baby lion and then see what happens after that. So yeah. Just the carnage that would probably happen after that as a chase ensues. I think that would be a thrilling ride, and then you get to follow them and just see if the baboon.
I love the fact you started laughing before you even told us.
It just popped into my head, and
he was going to let it go too. Come
on. Some of my quick honorable mentions: The Princess and the Frog. Similar to my Tangled theme ride, maybe going down the bayou. Heading down into Louisiana, down in New Orleans. You can, like, once on the ride, you can get hand-picked beignets you can eat on the ride. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
All comes back to food. food.
A couple of others. Mine would be, I don't know how I would do this. It would be a Doctor Strange ride.
That's awesome. I'd say I love Dan's ideas.
I think Doctor Strange would be such an interesting ride where you'd be like going into like all the different dimensions and it'll be really. I'm trying to keep this as PG as I can. You start to see really weird dimensions, and it plays with your mind. You can have it 3D, 4D. I think Doctor Strange would have a really interesting attraction, an interesting way of. Yeah, I think it'd be quite weird, and I would really like it. Some others, Hercules has no love in any of the Disney parks. I would love a Hercules-themed attraction. You got one of the best villains in Hades. You have one of the best heroes, one of the best characters of Hercules, and he gets no love, absolutely none. And I think Hercules would be a great.
He got a parade one day in Times Square. That was about. You ever see that? That's.
Yeah, and they also got a parade in MGM back in the day when it was released, I believe.
That was the only love.
Yeah, that was it. And you see him on a meet and greet, but that's it. Like, it's very rare. And my other one, surprisingly, is Hocus Pocus. Wow. I would love to see the Sanderson sister house. I would love to go through that experience of Hocus Pocus, and you meet like Billy and Binks and all these great characters, and it'd be a little bit creepy, but like with Hocus Pocus, it's quite whimsical and funny. You got a great theme song. I think Hocus Pocus would be a really good draw to Disney as well. So, but yeah, that's
Cool. Good picks.
pretty much my honorable mentions list as well. Guys, episode 25 is in the books. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for jumping on. Before we even get to plugs, guys, if you haven't checked out Pub Talk, we did our top favorite horror / scary movies, definitely not Disney related, on Rob's channel just earlier. If you have not checked out Rob's channel, we do these great pub talks. He does Frankie Fridays, lots of great people on his channel as well. And his second channel dropped that rope as well. Really awesome stuff, and he's always been a massive supporter. And anything else you want to plug, Rob? Power Channel.
No, I'm trying to get to monetization. I'm about 180 hours away now. I know it sounds like a lot, but I'm almost there. So thank you guys for supporting me. But just doing a lot of stuff. I'll be doing a lot of stuff this weekend. So Dan's just awesome. Thank you so much for having me on. I just wanted to tell you that.
No problem. And you finally made it.
Finally made it. I just came up with one more idea. Can I spit one more idea out? So
Go for it.
In between Star Tours and the new Galaxy's Edge, you don't get mad. You rip out Muppet Vision, you put it somewhere else. You put Horizons in there, and it shows all the different Disney World movies, right? All the different Star Wars movies, because it's Star Wars now. Because we're connecting Star Tours and Galaxy's Edge. You put Horizons in there, see all the different Star Wars movies, and at the end, you pick Pod Race, you pick the from Return of the Jedi. Or you pick the trench race, and then that's where your thing would come in. So
Nice.
Why are we not hired by them?
Good night, everybody. Come on, that was awesome.
He's mic dropped.
Tribute. That'd be a mic drop.
He's dropped the mic. He's done it.
That would be a great show. All the different Star Wars movies, and then you could pick your races at the end. It goes on your concept. So
fantastic.
And then it combines Star Tours and Galaxy's Edge right there, and then you just move. Muppet Vision.
Perfect. Yeah, as long as they bring back Muppet Vision, that's all I care about.
I love Muppet Vision. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. That's my channel. If you guys subscribe, I recognize a couple people here, a couple new people, and I always try to promote you guys. And thank you so much for promoting me. Appreciate it.
And also, thanks again to ADAMSLAND. Adam, you've always been a massive supporter, and you've been absolutely great in everybody's channel. Great supporter of everybody, and yeah, just go check out ADAMSLAND and Ebony's little channel as well. Just really awesome stuff. More UK-based theme parks, and definitely one of the biggest movie buffs I know. Anything else you want to plug, Adam?
There's nothing really I want to plug at the moment because I've had a bit of maybe a month out or so from YouTube, so I'm just getting back into the swing of things. There's more videos to come. We've still got a couple of our Harry's vlogs on both mine and Ebony's different channels to come from our trip in August, and then I've got our Disney World attraction bracket to come as well before the end of the year. So stay tuned for those.
Awesome. Love it. Now, before we head out today, guys, I would like you guys to do one thing for me. I'm just writing something in the chat over from Disney Dan. So you're going to head over to Resort TV 1 stream.
Resort TV 1.
And you are going to put this, copy and paste this link and say, hi, Resort TV 1 hopped us over from Disney Dan. Please go check out Josh and Jana, Resort TV 1. They are in Magic Kingdom right now. Tell them that I sent you guys over because they are absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much again for stopping by. And there's the link for their channel as well. Thank you. Big shout out to theliveplace.com, Dreamers Empire, and Dean do a fantastic job giving you those family-friendly live streams. We had some great people in the chat today. We've had Belle Southern, Corey Meetswell, Dolwit Dad, The Tactical Traveler, Lisa Pose, Disney World Adventures, Captain Cron, Main Street and Mickey, Mouse Talk, Liam, Stacy Rogers, lots of amazing people. And like I say, you guys are not my subscribers, you are my friends. Whether we've met yet or not, you guys are absolutely awesome. And next week, a big week. Firstly, next Saturday, it's my birthday, so Corey can help.
Happy birthday.
Corey can help with that because he knows how old I am. And we're going to be having another very special guest. We're going to be having Rachel from Disney Princess Couture joining us.
Awesome.
Nice.
She's going to be joining us next week, and Meg will be returning to us as well. So please go check.
Whoa! I can't come back next week. What happened?
Yeah, where's my...
I will be back though. If you have me, I'll be.
You
back.
guys will certainly be back. Absolutely.
I love the show. It's just Saturday's tough for me because I have the family and I'm burning steaks and stuff. So I would like to be back if I'm welcome back. So,
you guys are absolutely welcome back, and we'll do more pub-esque Disney talks. I think we should do one at somewhere like Raglan Road where it actually is a pub, or the Rose and Crown at Disney, and then we can have a proper Disney fiasco pub talk. I mean, let's just mic drop right there. Make sure we're checking out my partner channels, Mickey's Magic and Corey Fiasco. Absolutely awesome guys. I absolutely missed them to bits, but they are absolutely awesome. Please go check out their channels. Their links will be in the description box down below as well. Make sure we're hitting that like, checking out all those channels, all these great channels. Subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and I can't really say anything else because you guys are absolutely awesome. Oh no, wait, tomorrow is a big vlog tomorrow where we're going to be doing my first taco video at Disney World. So you'll see my taco video at Disney World. I did a live stream.
Tacos. I don't. I guess I gotta wait till tomorrow. Gotta wait till tomorrow.
And there will be a special family feature tomorrow on the vlog. So that will be up tomorrow. I don't know what time, but it'll be in the afternoon. But again, guys, thank you so very much for watching. You guys are absolutely awesome. And live your life with a smile each and every day. And I'll see you guys real soon. Take care, guys. Have a great
everyone.
Weekend. Bye.